what's going on, because a lot of our folks really need a lot of support in that area, in terms of health and so on. Okay, other side is aggressive act of self, aggressive act of staff, peers, family visitor, a community member, use of restrictive behavior intervention. That's, restraining somebody, basket holds. A lot of us may have had in the old days, the crisis prevention intervention training, and you learn how to do takedowns, and you learn how to do containments and all this stuff. We don't do that. We don't put our hands on people. The caveat is, unless it's a real danger to their health and safety, then we need to use our discretion there. But I would say 99.9% of the time, you don't need to put your hands on anybody. There's other ways to support that person from, doing whatever it is that they're doing. Okay, verbal threats. Again, if the person, just uses some choice language, that's probably not a verbal threat. But we had a guy who we supported who really had a lot of mental health issues going on, and when he didn't take his medications, he became a different person. And he became a very scary person. And in one situation, he had decided on his own that he didn't need his medications and he wasn't going to take them, and he had some serious regression, and he called on the phone, and it was a very scary voice message. He called me, left me a message on my phone, and it was very threatening and was very scary. So that's what we're talking about with verbal threats, that he was threatening to hurt people and cause pain and all of this kind of stuff. And so that would be a reportable situation. An injury, again, from a seizure, an accident, from a behavior, from a peer, if you don't know. Law enforcement, if there's arrest, incident which may result in criminal charges or legal action or other. And then you see that medication error is a big section on that first sheet. So it says any med error. Medication reaction, so sometimes there can be an allergic reaction to medications or some type of reaction. Negative, so that needs to be documented. And medication refusal.
I do have a question.
Yes.
If they miss their medicine, and it's just like within an hour, or
there's usually
what,
a 2-hour window.
Yeah, how long is it before it actually becomes a med error?
That's a very good question. The rule of thumb is you have a 2-hour window, kind of an hour before or an hour after that you can use the medication. So that's your rule of thumb.
Okay.
Is an hour before or hour after.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if they forget and they don't want to take it within the 2 hours?
That would be a med error that we would report. Yep. So, okay. Now, keep in mind too that these little check boxes, we can check off more than one. So you might have an injury and then an ER visit, or you might have a client attack another client, which results in an injury, which results in an ER. So you'd have different check boxes. So it's not just one. So it can be several things. So just keep that in mind.
Do you guys have a form for just seizures, not necessarily if they were injured in the seizure, but just had a seizure?
We do have a seizure report form. Yeah.
Okay. Just wondering because I do report.
Yeah, and if you need one, just ask your supervisor. I'll make sure you get copies.
Okay.
Yep.
I need one over here.
Seizure form? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We can get that to you. So that is the regional center reporting requirements. And then again, you're going to talk with your supervisor about the details, and it will come from the office. So again, keep that differentiated in your mind from the APS report, where each of us have that individual responsibility to report. And you can still talk with us. I mean, we're here to help each other and all of that. If it's something,
sounds like if you do an APS report, the agency, your California Self-Directed Services is also going to do this for the regional
for
center.
an APS report.
Yeah.
Yes, we're going to do both.
You're going to do both reports.
Yes.
Well,
because abuse or neglect
is
also on there. So yeah, we would do the APS report, and we would also do this.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Okay.
This is a lot more broad, a lot more stuff, so we're going to have a lot more special incident reports than
Right.
abuse reports. Like I said, I think we had 2 or maybe 3 last year, and special incident reports, just kind of guesstimating, we probably had maybe 10 or 11, something like that last year. All right, so thank you for your attention. Appreciate
No, I
that.
wanna do stuff.
Oh, I